Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel for the spooky ooky Halloween night video. Now this one is gonna get a little bit juicy. Okay, firstly, my look. I was going for kind of Beetlejuice down the gay disco, so that is what I'm supposed to be. I didn't have a stripy jacket, unfortunately, but you know, it's Beetlejuice on the weekend. Saturday night partying down the disco. So let's get into this video. Now, if you saw my last video at all, it was about Tati Westbrook and her possible lawsuit. Now, today's video is going to be about the person who made a lot of videos on Tati and her husband and all of this drama. It is a lot. And when I say it's a lot, I mean there was something like a 34-page complaint that I read through before coming to make this video. As the complaint was so long, I did take some notes. I have 4 pages of notes here that we're going to get through right now. Now, if you don't know, if you're not aware, there is a YouTuber by the name of Without a Crystal Ball, or Katie Joy as she's otherwise known. Now, she's been making videos on Tati Westbrook and her husband for a long time. I'm talking going back to sort of May of 2019. But she's gone really in depth, and it's all got a little bit out of hand. Recently, Without a Crystal Ball broke the story about Tati Westbrook and her husband apparently suing this guy who they were in business with called Clark Swanson. Now, it turns out that, you know, this Clark Swanson guy owned a share of Halo Beauty, and basically Tati and her husband James then went off and started their own business with another brand called Seed Beauty to make the Tati Beauty palette. That one right here is made with Seed Beauty and is nothing to do with Halo Beauty when it was supposed to be made allegedly under the Halo Beauty brand, with this Clark Swanson guy getting a share of the profits. So from here on in, I'm probably gonna refer to Without a Crystal Ball as Without a Crystal Bollock, just because I think it's funnier. So, Without a Crystal Bollock. Yes, she has made several videos on the Westbrooks, really dug deep into James Westbrook's past in particular, and this is where it all gets really complicated and really quite shady and going too far for what I'd consider a drama channel to do. I mean, I don't know that she necessarily considers herself a drama channel, but she's reporting on the Westbrooks. She's reporting on other people like Trisha Paytas, James Charles, other beauty gurus, this kind of thing. So, you know, you can kind of categorize her, I guess, as a commentary or drama channel. Firstly, one thing I do want to say as a bit of a disclaimer is I personally wouldn't consider James Westbrook, who is Tati Westbrook's husband, to be a public figure at all. So for me, talking about him, first of all, is problematic to say the least, because, you know, fair enough, I can understand talking about Tati Westbrook because she's a beauty guru. She's been on YouTube for 9 years or whatever it is. So I can understand, you know, we all talk about beauty gurus when they get in drama and all that kind of thing. But what Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Bollock, has now gone and done is way beyond, over the top, and just gone way too far. So now Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Bollock, is finding herself in a spot of bother. After reading through the whole 34-page complaint, what I can gather from it is that she is now going to be in quite a lot of trouble, it sounds like, because the way that she has reported on the Westbrooks is way too invasive, and it's apparently caused them a lot of stress and a lot of discomfort, emotional distress, all of this stuff. And in the complaint, they kind of cited that this is the reason why Tati Westbrook hasn't been on YouTube. The Westbrooks have now made a formal complaint against Katie Joy, Without a Crystal Bollock. So this complaint goes into detail that there are at least 40 videos that this person has made on the Westbrooks and James Westbrook's history, all of this really personal stuff that they did not want made public knowledge. But what Katie Joy has done is she's reported on it and made it all public knowledge. So now you've had a ripple effect where lots of other drama channels, myself included, have gone on to make videos about it. The complaint against Katie Joy claims that she has been really fixated on Tati Westbrook, trying to sort of orchestrate some kind of takedown ever since Tati Westbrook made that Bye Sister video. We all remember the Bye Sister video because it was a big kind of hoo-ha and a big scandal at the time. Of course, the Bye Sister video is kind of infamous for being the video where Tati Westbrook made all those claims about James Charles, all those allegations, claiming that he was kind of the P word. We can't say that word, you know, but she claimed that James Charles was this P word and all these other things about him, you know, but she'd also said that she'd thought of James Charles as like her son. You know, she treated him like her son, like he was family. She felt really betrayed because James Charles has advertised these Sugar Bear hair sleep vitamins and all of this stuff, when she had apparently asked these gurus that she'd been sat round a table with, including Manny MUA, Laura Lee, James Charles, Jeffree Star, she'd apparently asked them all not to advertise these sugar hair vitamins because she was coming out with her own vitamins under the Halo Beauty brand. Now, Jeffree Star was offered a large sum of money to do a video where he promoted these Sugar Bear hair vitamins, and he didn't take it. He remained loyal to Tati. But other people like Nikita Dragon, Manny MUA, and indeed James Charles all promoted these Sugar Bear hair vitamins. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, because at the end of the day, get your bag, sis. You know, do what you got to do. You know, friendship is one thing, but business is another. I'm just going to read you a little bit of the complaint. It will explain what the Westbrooks did not want to happen, but what happened, because Katie Joy was the one to report on it and make it all public. So let's get into this and then we'll come back and have a little chat. They did not want any of those fraudulent cases that he, James Westbrook, was involved in to become public. They did not want it searchable. You don't want to be affiliated with this at all. These are not good people. That Tati and James scrub everything so they can protect things from investors. That Tati and James were broke when they launched Halo. That Tati and James had no credit when they launched Halo. That Tati and James had no money when they launched Halo. That James liquidated all the cash in Halo's bank accounts and paid it out to members without the knowledge of the partners, rendering Halo worthless. And that James also liquidated his mum's house, making it value at zero. Katie Joy had claimed that James had put in multiple reverse mortgages, and she'd stated that as a fact, when the problem is that's probably not true, for one, and number two, well, you can't really go and state something like that as fact. How do you actually know that? You know, how are you digging to find that information? So I hope that gives you some idea into what's been going on with Without a Crystal Bollocks channel and what she's been doing, the kind of fuckery that she's been up to. Now, as well as the videos, the complaint did also mention her Twitter account. It also spoke about how she'd gone on Twitter and also spoken about James Westbrook's personal stuff all over her Twitter account and all of this stuff. It was really, really messy. As well as the videos being mentioned, the list of 40 plus videos that they have put into the complaint, believe me, I have read it. There was 40 odd videos that Without a Crystal Bollock has made, listed in an itemized list. Apparently she thought that these Halo Beauty bills have snake oil in them, and Tati Westbrook is selling this product that's got snake oil in it, and all of this really, really dodgy, messed up stuff that she is claiming. So it's very, very serious. You know, it's not a little kid complaint. This is a grown woman with children, a child. I don't know the girl. I've never really heard of her before a few days ago, but after looking at her channel and seeing what she's about, hearing things from other people, It's a huge fucking mess. Now, I'm just going to throw some of my opinion in here. Like, for me, I believe Katie Joy, without a crystal bollock, has really gone too far. She's really been really careless in the way that she's reported on the Westbrooks. And like I said before, I think she's just been way too invasive and got way too personal about James Westbrook, who, as I said, I wouldn't even consider a public figure. So I don't get why you would even bring him into the discussion. I don't get why. You know, yeah, maybe she thinks it adds to the topic, but to me, discussing James Westbrook and his history like that, that's off limits. You know, someone's partner, whether they've been in a couple of YouTube videos with, you know, the celebrity, the influencer, Tati Westbrook, you know, in this case, whether they've been in their partner's videos and shown their face publicly a few times, you know, or not, I still don't consider their partner as a public figure unless, like, they're an influencer as well. Do you know what I mean? In this case, I really don't think that James Westbrook is an influencer, or I don't know if he actually wants to be an influencer or anything like that. So I find it really kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, really rude and really too invasive to just, you know, go in and go digging into his past. Like, what reason have you got to go digging into someone's partner's past? For me, that's a little bit too creepy. I mean, I know it's Halloween, but like, that is next level shit. Aside from all that, I've heard from other people on the internet that Katie Joy has been mean and just nasty to them. So when you pair that with what you get when you go and look at her channel, it's really not looking good for her at the moment. Like, you know, if she's gonna get this lawsuit, the Westbrooks are claiming damages of something like 5 million, which is a lot of money, and you know, who's got that? But I really don't know. I mean, this is my opinion, you know, I can't state these things as fact because, you know, look, that's how Katie Joy has got herself in all this mess, by reporting these things as fact and going in deep with their investigations like this. It's just all way too much. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that shit now, and we are gonna talk makeup, because you guys know I love my makeup. So yeah, let's get into this one. You can see I've got fingers in my hair. I've got my little bow with a skull. I put bugs on my face as well to try and be a bit more Beetlejuice-like. There's bugs, there's glitter, there is green Kryolan paint. There is this pigment from Give Face Cosmetics, which is really cool. I love this stuff. So this is just like a loose powder one, and I just added some in there with the green Kryolan paint. I used the Mitchell palette to do the purple, black, and that here in my eyes. And then the lips, I used my weirdo lipstick, the black gloss. I love this one. Yeah, so I'm kind of feeling my Beetlejuice down the disco, living his best life on a Saturday night fantasy. I am such a noob. Oh, I do love this neon hair though. Love this wig. I've always loved this wig. Goes good with like a dark eye look as well. Into it. Anyway guys, I am gonna leave this video here. So I'm gonna say thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Take care, stay safe, stay well. Be careful how you report on all the bullshit. And yeah, I love you so much. Hope you've had or having a great Halloween and a great weekend. I'll see you very soon. Bye guys. Love ya.